So, let's put that up. Anyways, here's the big deal. So, it's Monday, and you know what that means? Theater rehearsal. Still not what I want. Whatever, can't choose. Anyways, rehearsal starts at 4, and I have time to kill. 4:15. Although I'm gonna probably get there at 4. Because I like to be early, you know? Better early than showing up 4 hours late because you slept in because you forgot that it was a Monday and not Tuesday. And I'm not going to school tomorrow because circumstances. So, in order to do that, I have package of Lucky Charms that I stole from breakfast that I didn't eat, and that's because I had breakfast at home, which a good strategy to always do, because if you're hungry at home and you're poor as shit like me, you take, you know, the free school lunches and breakfasts that they do, and like the perishable stuff, like the stuff they keep in packages, and you just take that home, and whenever you're hungry for like a snack at home, you just, you know, eat that. And you know, that saved me. It saved, you know, a lot. I don't want to work on American history right now, even though I do have an assessment I should probably get done with. However, my journal is more important in that regard, and I didn't think about this earlier, but you know, it's like if we have to have like certain, not only do we have to do like the usual notes, the usual assignments, but there's also the journal that you have to do. And now I've been keeping a journal for the past since I was like 8. And it's changed forms, mediums multiple times. You know, it was a, you know, it was a standard diary. I actually wrote diary in big bubbly letters at one point. And then at another point, you know, I felt that was too immature for me. So I got one of those voice recorders plugins to the iPod. And it was just a little like one of those, you know, the spy things where someone says like some big reveal, like, I'm gonna kill all the school children, and then someone's in the back recording it, and then they put it back and it says, I'm going to kill all the school children. That's a demonstration. I am in my school parking lot. That was just probably could have worded that differently. Anyways, I'm not planning on doing anything like that. I'm planning on playing the ringmaster in our school play. This is a text message from my friend who is also in the play rehearsal. Quote unquote, my grandpa sawed his finger off again, and mom has to take him to the hospital. I have to take care of my sister and the animals, so I can't make it. Family first. Boss man already knows. Okay. Thoughts and prayers, I guess, to your grandpa's finger. He said again, so, you know, what was I saying? Oh, yes. I had the audio message because I thought I was James Bond for a sec. I could, like, do the cool little whip out thing and just, like, start speaking into, like, a cigarette lighter looking thing. And that worked, However, you couldn't do a lot on it before you had to like put it in space. It's like the camera, because you had to put it onto a computer in order to save the messages, and it didn't have a lot of storage, so you had to do that like quite often, like especially when I had like hour-long rants about the capitalist system in Mario Kart, namely. So yeah, that didn't really work out, and I never really did video thing like this. This is just so I can get a comprehensive, well really this is just because I'm bored, but really everything's just because I'm bored. So then I started writing down again in a journal for a little bit. Wasn't successful. There's a police officer turning into this parking lot. What I said like 3 minutes ago was not like to be taken literally. Just so you know. And then I started in the show, which is I didn't do it in a journal because I ran out of pages. And so in the show is actually really In the Show Part 2. Except it wasn't called In the Show for Part 1. It wasn't called anything. It was just like my journal. And then In the Show started a couple years ago, almost. And that's what I've been using. Just, random scraps of paper. Because I couldn't afford to buy another journal. And I do most of my things on scraps of paper. And the best thing is that my English teacher just passes out, sheets of paper that I can use for In the Show. So that's what I've been using for the past, since school started this year, which is a lifesaver. So I didn't have to buy another pad of paper, which, buying a whole pad of paper as opposed to buying a journal, I guess you could use the paper for more things. Anyways, I have a diorama to make, not like the USS Potbelly model. I keep looking in here for something. I don't really need to bring it out. I mean, I have several. I'm in the middle of doing it In the Show right now, but I don't really need to do that. Don't really need to do that. Anyways, so I've been thinking, right? With all of these notes that I've been taking for the past 2 years in the show, plus all of the notes that I've been taking since I was 8, I've been thinking I could make a book out of this. Not just like one of those books, because really, who's gonna read a book, my life? It's boring. My life is boring, except the interesting bits, which was like Disney World. Yeah, when I was 10 or whatever. Talk about James Bond. Anyway. My hair tie fell out. Anyways, that is, it's an idea. I'm just throwing it out there. I could completely disagree with myself. Where did that hair tie go? They don't grow on trees. I have to conserve my energy. Yeah, I have no idea where it went. That's unfortunate. Anyway. I think that's better. Actually, I don't know what it looks like. Anyway, because I've just been using it for random stuff nowadays. You know, before it's supposed to be like, oh, super important thing. Put it in the notes to remember, and then not take the notes with me. But I noticed something, okay? And this was the point that I was trying to make. When I was compiling my things to, like, you know, try and put together this, you know, fantastical tale of a kid that goes way in over his head of a school assignment, and puts it all into one specific thing, like one like piece of paper, one note, one essay thing. Except, you know, from the reader's point of view, it's a bunch of, you know, it's like every like note thing that I've made, which is like, it's got to be like 200 at this point. Maybe not. I've burned a couple of my in the shows, you know, the ones that would not really be accepted on the Conan O'Brien show, which I will get on eventually. I promised myself that. And right now I'm promising myself that I will find my hair tie, but apparently it's gone in between the seat cushions. Oh my god. You had to be just the most insufferable being. Are there still people there? Would my artistic liberties get me out of this one if I had to call a lawyer? Look at this. 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 Whoa. Whoa. I'm gonna break something. I'm gonna like snap my neck with that. Is that the only one? Where's the one that makes me go? Oh, it's here. I don't want to do that though, because it messes with where my feet sit in the little thingy. Anyways, so I'm thinking multiple like perspectives from all of my different notes over the past 2 years put into one page. Now that's something that's a difficult thing to do. You know, it's a lot to condense, but I know what the main thing is. I could put a syllabus together. You know, if I made a B+ on my English finals essay from last year, well, hell knows what I can do with that and everything else, because that's just one paper again. If I put all of my work into one thing, like every essay, every homework assignment, every like little doodle that I've done, you know, just randomly, like even like childhood drawings and comics, like that 50-page comic that I drew when I was like 3.5, when I didn't know what like parachutes were, and put it all into this one, you know, 12 by 10 sheet of paper. I don't know if those measurements are accurate. You know what? They are now. Once I become supreme leader of the United States of me, I will make 12 by 10 the standard paper size. I feel like that will alleviate most of the conflicts. Because, you know, if you look at all of the world's conflicts and then you're like, okay, all of these countries, what paper size do they use? And you realize that they use all different sizes of papers. So, you know, if we could standardize one and make it the entire thing, just figure out how many conflicts we could avoid. That is a genius move. I'm adding that. I am adding that to the list. 100. Is that a shard of glass? Why is there a shard of glass under this seat? I swear, officer, I had no idea what was... Oh. Glad that wasn't open. Just spilled gasoline. or almost just spilled gasoline. I have to piss. Alright, anyways. I think it's a good idea. If I put this on YouTube.com, I can get people to talk about it. Ow, shit. Which is true, because I'm probably putting this on YouTube. Because I made a channel a few months ago. I made 2 videos. The one from the park. On October 30th. And the other one from winter camp in December. And I feel like once I have like consistent enough things that I can, because then video will be my next medium, the final frontier of my experience. Look at that. Ain't no way. Oh, did it fly? It flew away. Tell you what, it is no longer there. Well, really just goes to show how temporary life really is. Okay, so what have we learned? We've learned to put all of my things into one thing, and that will make the world better. That is the general consensus. It is abnormally hot for this time of year. Or maybe that's just because I've released very much carbon dioxide in this vehicle. And my key will not turn in the ignition. That is great. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Look at this. There we go. All right, now we are talking. Now I'm late.